Morning, VC. It's Glen Kellaway from the basement. It's a beautiful Monday morning. That means it's time for the weekly wrap up. Man, this is number 15. 14 if you're really counting, but number 15 in our programs. Ah, what's going on? You guys up to anything exciting? Tell me. No, not too much. Me neither. But I'm obligated to do this because it's become my favorite thing to do every Monday. Just chat about the VC, what's going on, what I'm thinking about, all that kind of stuff. I always start with contests. There's a lot of contests going on. 5 of them that I'm aware of. Oh, Tuco at Wax Ecstatic pushed to 200 subs. Last time I looked, he was at 180, around there. Contest's on till the end of April. What album do you wish you could listen to for the first time again? I picked Led Zeppelin 1 because I still remember dropping the needle on that and hearing it for the first time and just blew my mind. Tuco also does this cool thing, pinbacks. He's got a pinback machine. He makes pins, and he's offered anybody to enter the contest that he'll send them 3 customized pins for their channel and just generic VC pins. That's what I'm excited about, getting the pins. 2, this is an interesting one, and I'm having trouble. I want to enter, and I'm having trouble finding records that can answer the questions. 2 of the most incredible people, most entertaining people on the VC, Guz69 and Bad English Rex. These guys are zany, cool. I love what they do. That's great. The gas mask, and it's very cool. They're basing it on the movie 300 because they're both around 300 subs, and they've got these questions about Greek mythology and bloody album covers and epic battles, and I'll figure it out. Dave the Pickup Artist, 103 subs, is pushed to 100. He's made it. 5 albums you got to show that are a mix of studio and live tracks. I picked like the Allman Brothers Eat a Peach and the Yes album because the clap is a live take off of that great album. I forget what else. There's a bunch of them out there, so that's a good contest to enter. It's fun. Number 4, my buddy Rich Strickler. I know a lot. Rich should have more subs because I know the people that do sub him and follow him were big fans, and he's a really good guy, and he's got a great channel, and he should have 10,000 subs. He really is. So if you're not subscribed to Rich Strickler, please do so. He did 12 Desert Island albums. One has to be a Beatles record and one has to be a Stones record, and then the other 10 can't be compilations or live albums or greatest hits. They have to be true studio albums. That was fun. I love that told. What would you take on a desert island with you? I remember one person saying I would take the world's greatest boat builder with me if I was going on a desert island, which is probably pretty accurate. Just found out about this one last night. All the World's a Stage, the man's channel is called, and his name is Steve. He's having a contest. He wants to know what band you saw when they were on their way up in a small venue. Not necessarily on their way down in a small venue. It has to be before they were famous, kind of. I picked Led Zeppelin, who I saw at the O'Keefe Center in Toronto in 1969 in front of about 2,500 people. Also, like Rush was a bar band when I was, of the age to start hanging around bars. And so they'd play at places like the Gasworks in Toronto and places like that. They were commonly found in the Toronto bar scene. But Steve, you don't have to make a video. So if anybody's watching this who doesn't make videos and has an answer to this question, you just have to email him at, his email's info@alltheworldsastage.net. Steve, just tell him that you saw the Beatles at the Cavern or whatever, and you're in, and he's got some cool prizes. So, yeah, that's it for contests. VC activity, what the heck have I been watching? Well, first of all, I've been watching myself and Randall Nelson doing the Van Morrison thing. Oh man, we got like, I haven't got the most popular channel in the VC. I get like, if I get 100 views, I'm like the happiest man in the world, and this is at 120 some views now. So we must have did something right. I love Randy. He's such a great guy. We email each other back and forth all the time. He's a real friend, and he's just a super guy. So Randall Nelson, please make sure you check his channel. Randy and I were talking back and forth for a couple of months going, we got to do a van thing, but I was having trouble getting my Zoom thing to work properly and getting the mic properly. Even now it's not 100%, but it was good enough that people can hear it. And so we decided we'd pick 5 Van Morrison albums each, not necessarily the epic albums, just 5 over his career, span of his career that we think are interesting, that we'd like to talk about. And then we picked 5 more that were more kind of the Astro Weeks, Boone Dance, St. Dominic's Preview, the classic albums. And it was great, man. We talked for like an hour and talked about Van and his great catalog of music. Man, the guy's been making records for 7 decades. Incredible career, incredible resume, great artist, and has a new album coming out in May, another one. And he's still in great voice, and he's still putting out great albums. There's not many people can say that. Mazzy, my brother from another mother, took a trip back to his hometown in San Francisco and made some awesome videos on the way down and while he was there. There was one in particular where he went to Amoeba Records, and then he sat down with a few friends and they were just chatting back and forth. I thought it was fantastic. I sent Mazzy a comment saying that was probably the most enjoyable 25 minutes I've ever spent in the vinyl community. It was just really cool, and I have such a love for San Francisco. I've only been there once, about 5 years ago, and I would love to go back anytime I have the opportunity and the money to go back to San Francisco. It's just a great city to visit if you've never been. Awesome place. New records. I got a new album this week. First, before I show you this, I could do a get off of my lawn on this. Record distribution in Canada freaking sucks. So I'm still waiting for my Plastic Ono band, released on the 16th. I don't know when it's released. I can't even tell. It's so screwed up. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I haven't got my box set yet. And then Nora Jones, which was supposed to come out on the 16th. I haven't got that yet. Crazy. So one I did get that is just released. Heavy Sun, Daniel Lanois. I bought the CD. Now, I'm giving this a great review, but one thing that sucks is this is like, come on, Daniel. Like, really? That's it? Cardboard cover. I was thought, does this open up and there's a booklet in there talking about the album? Of course not. There's nothing there. That's it. That's what you get for your $20. Like, how can a guy put out an album and not put, like, if there's credits on the back, everything, try and read that. It's insane. I was very disappointed in that. I just find this is like cheap ass. Like for someone who has a distinguished career and is a really well-respected man in the music industry as a producer and as a solo artist in his own right. That's just cheap garbage. But anyway, I digress. The album itself is not cheap garbage. It's fantastic. This is a gospel album, not preachy. Just the gospel feel, and it has spiritual songs are spiritual in nature, but the vocals are incredible. The instrumentation is very sparse. It's heavy on Hammond B3 organ. That was kind of, besides being a salute to kind of old-timey gospel music, it's a salute to the Hammond B3 organ, Jimmy Smith, guys like that. So the instrumentation's fantastic. It has that Daniel Lanois sound with the heavy drums that are kind of echoey, and the bass and guitar and organ. It's just a gorgeous sounding record. The songs are beautiful. The vocals are great. This is an interesting album that I'm sure is going to grow on me like crazy. If you're looking for something a little different and something that's really well done, fantastic. Heavy Sun, I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 stars. And you'd get 5 stars if it wasn't for this stupid packaging. But musically, really interesting album. I had a rough weekend, fans. Toronto Blue Jays. I was mentioning earlier about my friend Randy Nelson. Randy lives in Kansas City. So guess where the Jays were on the weekend? Playing Kansas City. 4-game series. Guess who lost 3 out of 4 games? Yeah, the Blue Jays. Couldn't hit. I'm surprised the manager didn't phone me and ask me to come down and try and hit, because nobody on the team could hit. One guy, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. The rest of them were just having a bad time. They managed to win one of the games. They could have won another. There was a walk-off home run in the 9th inning. Yesterday, I don't think they could have hit if the game would have went on for 24 innings. So, brutal. But we're going into Boston tomorrow for 2 games. Any Boston fans out there want to tease me after we lose those? Go ahead. In fairness to the Jays, their pitching staff has been depleted with injuries. 2 of their starting best hitters should be best hitters in the team. George Springer, who was the big free agent signing, and Hernandez, they're both out still with injuries. They haven't played a game yet. So when they get back, I'm sure the hitting's going to come around. When the pitching comes around, look out, Blue Jays. We're coming to get everyone. We're coming to get you. This is an interesting tidbit. I don't know if you guys have heard this before or what you think of it. It never occurred to me. I saw a news story in a Toronto paper, and it talked about the Toronto Real Estate Board. And they've taken a term out of their descriptions for listing houses for sale. The term master bedroom. It's sexist. I never ever thought about it before, but it's totally sexist. Master bedroom. They're changing it to primary bedroom. But is anybody else aware of this on the planet besides the Toronto Real Estate Board, or are we just all late to the party here? But when you think about it, man, the master bedroom. I got a kick out of that, and I thought, oh my God, that's crazy. Man, the master bedroom. It's the primary bedroom. Remember that. We don't want to be insensitive. It's the last thing we want to do. That's it for me. My 15 minutes of fame is almost up. 14:30. So everybody have a great week. I'm going to try and figure out how to do a couple more contests if I can find them, and do a video on something. I'm thinking about starting to rank. Shannon D's doing a great job on ranking her favorite albums, top 100 favorite albums. It's been really good. Top 100 or 200, I can't even remember now. It's been going on for a few weeks, and every Sunday morning she uploads it, and I look forward to watching it. So I'm thinking of doing one. My favorite, because I'm a big Roots guy, and when I did my top 100 um, greatest albums of all time, the definitive list, it was all classic rock stuff. And a lot of my favorite albums are like by John Hartford and Lucinda Williams and Steve Earle, Lydia Lovelace, and I could name a bunch of them, but some bluegrass stuff, some jazz stuff, some old blues stuff. So I'm thinking of doing my favorite 100 albums that aren't classic rock. So no Beatles, Stones, Zeppelin, Hendrix. Uh, I'm just kind of compiling my list now. I don't know how many I'm going to do, and I don't know how many people are going to be interested, but I'm going to be interested. So stay tuned for that. And peace out, everyone. I love you all. Thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And please subscribe to all the people I mentioned. I'm going to put them in my little comment section below. I'll list everyone. And thanks. You have a great day.